Hello students, in today's lecture we will start with our part 2, chapter number 2, application of derivatives. We discuss the points in the chapter are as application of derivatives to tangent and normals, derivative as a rate measure, approximations, Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem, increasing and decreasing functions, and maxima and minima. These are the topics that we will study in this chapter. Now, first we discuss about application of derivative in geometry. Now, let f of x means y is equal to f of x be a continuous function of x which represents a curve in xy plane and px1 y1 be any point on the curve. Then dy by dx at this point x1 y1 which is equal to f dash of x means the derivative of f of x at x1 y1 represents slope, that is gradient. It is also called as gradient of the tangent to the curve at px1 y1. बघा लक्षात घ्या y इज इक्वल टू एफ ऑफ एक्स हे एक्स वाय प्लेन मधलं एक फंक्शन असेल आणि px1 y1 हा त्या कर्ववरचा एखादा पॉइंट असेल, तर त्या पॉइंटला जे फंक्शनचं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह असेल त्याची जी व्हॅल्यू येणार ते म्हणजे स्लोप असणार आहे कशाचा, तर टॅन्जेंट टू द कर्व, म्हणजे त्या टॅन्जेंटला त्या कर्वला असलेल्या टॅन्जेंटचा तो स्लोप असणार आहे. And that slope is also called as the gradient. Now the normal is the perpendicular to the tangent. We know this. Normal is perpendicular to the tangent. Hence the slope of the normal at the point P will be the negative reciprocal or negative of the reciprocal of the slope of tangent at the point P. Let us assume m is the slope of the tangent and m dash be the slope of the normal. So here I write that let m and m dash be the slopes of the tangent and normal respectively. Then m is equal to dy by dx at x1 y1 and m dash is equal to minus 1 upon dy by dx, because we say that normal is perpendicular to the tangent. आणि आपल्याला माहिती आहे की ज्या वेळेला दोन लाईन परपेंडिक्युलर असतात त्यावेळेला त्यांच्या स्लोपचा प्रोडक्ट हा -1 असतो. म्हणजे एकाचा स्लोप जर m असेल तर दुसऱ्याचा स्लोप त्याचा निगेटिव्ह रिसिप्रोकल येणार. सो हियर m dash is the negative reciprocal of the slope of the tangent. But here the condition is that the value of this dy by dx at the point x1 y1 is non-zero. Because if this is 0, then we cannot define the slope of the normal. And therefore the equation of tangent at point px1 y1 by using the slope point form is y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. Now since m is value of dy by dx at x1 y1, and if we put that value here we get y minus y1 is equal to dy by dx at x1 y1 multiplied by x minus x1. Similarly we can find the equation of normal at the point px1 y1 by using the slope point form again. It is y minus y1 is equal to m dash into x minus x1, because m dash is the slope of normal and it is given by minus 1 upon dy by dx at x1 y1. So substituting this value here we get it is equal to, where m dash is equal to minus 1 upon dy by dx at x1 y1. In this way we can find the equation of tangent as well as the normal to the curve at the given point. Now we see derivative as a rate measure. Now if y is equal to f of x is a given function, then a change in x from x1 to x2, it is generally denoted by delta x, and it is given by x2 minus x1. And a corresponding change in y is denoted by delta y. It is given by f of x2 minus f of x1. The quotient delta y upon delta x. If we put here value of delta y and delta x, we get it is equal to f of x2 minus f of x1 divided by x2 minus x1. It is the average rate of change of which is the average rate of change with respect to x. Now, if we observe this, here we can write it as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 also. Means here it is the slope of something or slope of some line, and so here from this we can interpret geometrically as the slope of second line joining the points p x1 f of x1 and q x2 f of x2 on the graph of the function y is equal to f of x. बघा काय म्हणते मी की जर आपण p आणि q हे दोन पॉइंट रिप्रेझेंट केले त्या कर्व वरचे की ज्यांचे कोऑर्डिनेट्स आहेत x1 f of x1 आणि x2 f of x2, या दोघं पॉइंटला जॉईन करून जर आपण एखादी लाईन ड्रॉ केली, ओके, सपोज these are the 2 points, and if we join these 2 points here, this point is p and this point is q, and if we find here its a slope, we know the coordinates of point p as here it is x1 f of x1 and point q is x2 f of x2. So we can find here slope of this line pq, and it is given by f of x2 minus f of x1 divided by x2 minus x1, and so it is the slope of the secant. It is slope of the secant joining the 2 points p and q here. Okay. Now consider the average rate of change over smaller and smaller intervals as x2 tends to x1. Therefore, as delta x approach to 0, the limit of these average rates of change is called the instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x is equal to x1, which is interpreted as slope of tangent to the curve y is equal to f of x at the point p x1 f of x1. Therefore, the instantaneous rate of change is given by limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta x is equal to limit x2 tends to x1 of f of x2 minus f of x1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now, see, the next topic is velocity, acceleration and jerk. Velocity and acceleration, these topics we discuss in physics also. Now see what is the velocity and what is the acceleration. If s is equal to f of t is the displacement function of a particle that moves along a straight line, then f dash of t means derivative of s is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time t. That is f of t, f dash of t is the velocity of particle. बघा, जर आपण ह्या s is equal to f of t या फंक्शनचं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह घेतलं विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू t, तर ते आपल्याला मिळणार आहे f dash of t means it is the rate of change of displacement with respect to the time t, and the rate of change of displacement with respect to time t is the velocity, and the speed of the particle is the absolute value of this velocity, that is the modulus value of f dash of t. Means absolute value means it is the modulus value of f dash of t. Okay. Now see the acceleration. The rate of change of velocity with respect to time t is called the acceleration of the particle, and it is denoted by a of t. वेलॉसिटीला v ऑफ t ने रिप्रेझेंट करतात आणि ॲक्सेलरेशनला a ऑफ t ने. Thus the acceleration of function is the derivative of velocity. ॲक्सेलरेशन म्हणजेच काय? वेलॉसिटीचं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम t. मग आपण वेलॉसिटी म्हणजे काय? डिस्प्लेसमेंटला डिफरन्शिएट केलेला आहे वन टाइम, आणि जर पुन्हा वेलॉसिटीला आपण विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम टी डिफरन्शिएट केलं तर आपल्याला मिळतं ॲक्सेलरेशन. दॅट मीन्स द ॲक्सेलरेशन इज द सेकंड ऑर्डर डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ द डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सेकंड ऑर्डर डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ द displacement function or position function s is equal to f of t. And again if we differentiate this, means again if we differentiate this acceleration, we get the jerk. Thus here a is dv by dt, it is equal to d square s by dt square, that is a of t is equal to v dash of t, and it is equal to s double dash of t. Now see about the jerk. Consider the third derivative of position function s is equal to f of t of an objective that moves along a straight line. If we take the third order derivative, means it is s triple dash of t. S triple dash of t means it is f double dash of t, and f double dash of t means a dash of t, means derivative of acceleration is velocity. Again derivative of velocity is the jerk. Triple derivative of displacement. So the derivative of acceleration is the jerk, and it is denoted by small letter g. See here, acceleration, derivative of acceleration is the jerk, and derivative of acceleration means double derivative of velocity. Double derivative of velocity means third order derivative of displacement, means s triple dash of t. And if we take the third order derivative of displacement, then we get the jerk, and it is denoted by j, small letter j. Thus j is equal to dA upon dt, it is equal to d3s by dt cube. Hence the jerk j is the rate of change of acceleration. See, I again revise here. The rate of change of displacement is the velocity. The rate of change of velocity is the acceleration, and the rate of change of acceleration is the jerk. Okay. Velocity is denoted by small letter v, acceleration is denoted by small letter a, and jerk is denoted by small letter g. Now we solve some examples on our first topic, that means equation of tangent and normal, from our exercise number 2.1. So see the example 1. Find the equation of tangent and normal to the curve y is equal to x square plus 2 e raised to x plus 2 at the point 0, 4. Now here in the solution, given equation of curve is y is equal to x square plus 2 e raised to x plus 2. Now differentiate this with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x square plus 2 e raised to x plus 2. If we take here the derivative, we get dy by dx is equal to 2x plus 2 times e raised to x. This is the derivative of curve. Now we know the value of the derivative at the point 0, 4 is the slope of the tangent, and so the slope of the tangent at point 0, 4 is equal to m, it is equal to dy by dx at the point 0, 4. Therefore we get it is equal to, means m is equal to 2 multiplied by 0 plus 2 multiplied by e raised to 0. Now e raised to 0 is 1, so we get the slope of tangent at the given point is 2. And from this slope of tangent we can find the slope of normal. So the slope of normal at point 0, 4 is denoted by m dash, and it is equal to minus 1 upon m. Substituting the value of m, we get m dash is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Now we get both the slopes, slope of tangent as well as slope of normal, and also we know a point on both, and so we can find the equation of tangent and normal by using the slope point form. And so now the equation of tangent to the curve is y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. Now put x1 as 0 and y1 as 4. So we get y minus 4 is equal to 2 multiplied by x minus 0. That is y minus 4 is equal to 2x. And rewrite this, we get 2x minus y plus 4 is equal to 0 and is our required equation of tangent to the curve. Similarly, the equation of normal to the curve is y minus y1 is equal to m dash multiplied by x minus x1. So it is y minus 4 is equal to minus 1 upon 2 multiplied by x minus 0. Now multiplying both sides by 2, we get 2y minus 8 is equal to minus x. Opening this bracket again. So we get x plus 2y is equal to 8 is the required equation of normal to the curve. In this way, we get required equation of tangent and normal. Now example 2. Find the equation of tangent and normal to the curve x is equal to sin theta and y is equal to cos 2 theta at theta is equal to pi by 6. Here we observe the equation of curve given in parametric form. So first in solution, write given equation of curve as x is equal to sin theta and y is equal to cos theta. Now use here to find the value of dy by dx, the derivative of parametric function. So first we differentiate both with respect to theta. So dx upon d theta is equal to d by d theta of sin theta, it is equal to cos theta. And dy upon d theta is equal to d by d theta of cos 2 theta. Derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta and derivative of 2 theta is 2. So it is equal to minus 2 sin 2 theta. Now we get both the values. So we have dy by dx is equal to dy upon d theta divided by dx upon d theta. Substitute the corresponding values. It is equal to minus 2 sin 2 theta divided by cos theta. Now use here formula for cos 2 theta. It is 2 times sin theta into cos theta. So we get minus 2 into 2 times sin theta into cos theta divided by cos theta. Cos theta get cancelled and minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. We get minus 4 sin theta. This is the value of dy by dx. Now slope of tangent at theta is equal to pi upon 6 is equal to m. It is equal to value of derivative at theta is equal to pi by 6. So dy by dx at theta is equal to pi upon 6. Therefore, we get m is equal to minus 4 into sin pi by 6. Sin pi by 6 is sin 30 degree. It is half. And so minus 4 into half, it is minus 2. This is slope of tangent. Now from this slope of tangent, we get the slope of normal. So slope of normal to the curve is equal to m dash. It is equal to minus 1 upon m. It is equal to minus of 1 upon minus 2. This minus minus becomes plus 2. It is equal to 1 upon 2. So also as theta is equal to pi upon 6, we get value of x and y as x is equal to sin pi by 6 is equal to 1 upon 2 and y is equal to cos pi by 3 because 2 theta. So 2 into pi by 6, it is pi by 3. It is equal to again half. Means for theta is equal to pi upon 6, we get x is half and y is half. Means the Cartesian form of this theta is equal to pi by 6 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. And therefore, that is to find tangent and normal at the point 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. So the equation of tangent to the curve is y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. That is y minus half is equal to minus 2 multiplied by x minus half. It is y minus half is equal to minus 2x, minus minus becomes plus 1. Now multiplying each term by 2, we get here 2y minus 1 is equal to minus 4x plus 2. That is 4x plus 2y is equal to 3 is the required equation of tangent to the curve. Also, the equation of normal to the curve is y minus y1 is equal to m dash multiplied by x minus x1. Now m dash is 1 by 2. Put that value here. So y minus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 multiplied by x minus 1 by 2. Now multiplying throughout by 2, here we get 2y minus 1 is equal to x minus half. Again multiplying by 2, we get 4y minus 2 is equal to 2x minus 1. That is 2x minus 4y is equal to minus 1 is the required equation of normal to the curve at theta is equal to pi by 6. Now example number 3. Find the point on the curve y is equal to x cube minus 2x square minus x where the tangents are parallel to the line 3x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Solution. The given equation of curve is y is equal to x cube minus 2x square minus x. Differentiate this with respect to x. We get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x cube minus 2x square minus x. That is, it is equal to 3x square minus 4x minus 1. Now, the given that the tangent is parallel to the line 3x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, we find the slope of this line. Slope of this line is 3. So, that is y is equal to 3x plus 1 whose slope is 3. We convert the line in slope intercept form. So, directly we get here the slope is 3. Now, we have slope of tangent is equal to dy by dx and the slope of tangent is 3 here. So, we get 3x square minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 3. That is 3x square minus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now, here we have to solve this quadratic equation. To solve the quadratic equation, we have to find two such numbers having product is minus 12 and sum is minus 4. If we take the product of minus 6 and 2, it is minus 12. And if we take sum, it is minus 4. So, we split this minus 4x as minus 6x plus 2x. And so, we get 3x square minus 6x plus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now, from the first two terms, we can take 3x as a common factor. And from the next two terms, we can take here 2 as a common factor. So, we get here 3x multiplied by x minus 2 plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2. Now, x minus 2 is the common factor from both the terms. And so, in the second bracket, we remains with 3x plus 2. And therefore, now we get x minus 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, since product of these two terms is 0, that means one of the two term is 0. And therefore, we get x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So, from this we get x is equal to 2 and from this we get x is equal to minus 2 by 3. And therefore, x is equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 2 by 3. Now, we find the value of y for these two values of x. So, now when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2 cube minus 2 into 2 square minus 2 means 8 minus 8 minus 2. It is equal to minus 2. Similarly, when x is equal to minus 2 by 3, y is minus 2 by 3 bracket cube minus 2 into minus 2 by 3 bracket square plus 2 by 3 because here minus minus becomes plus. Now, minus 2 upon 3 bracket cube, negative number raised to odd power is always negative. So, it is minus 8 upon 27. Square is positive, but because of this minus sign we get minus. So, minus 4 into 2 is 8 upon 3 square is 9 plus this 2 by 3 as it is. Now, if we take here LCM, LCM is 27. So, it is equal to minus 8 minus 24 plus 18 divided by 27. Now, minus 8 plus 18, it is plus 10. So, minus 24 plus 10, it is minus 14. So, we get value of y for x is equal to minus 2 by 3 is minus 14 upon 27. And therefore, we get 2 points on the curve and these are 2 minus 2 and minus 2 by 3 minus 14 upon 27. Hence, the points on the curve are 2 minus 2 and minus 2 by 3 minus 14 upon 27. These are the required 2 points on the curve. Now see example number 4. If the line y is equal to 4x minus 5 touches the curve y square is equal to 8a cube plus b. At the point 2, 3, find a and b. In the equation of curve, there are two unknowns a and b, and our aim to find here values of a and value of b from the given condition. So first of all, the equation of curve is y square is equal to ax cube plus b. Differentiate this with respect to x, we get d by dx of y square is equal to d by dx of ax cube plus b. Now taking the derivative of y square, we get 2y dy by dx is equal to 3ax square, and therefore dy by dx is 3ax square upon 2y. Now slope, given that line y is equal to 4x minus 5 touches the curve, and the slope of line is 4 here, whose slope is 4. So the slope of tangent at 0.23 is equal to 4. This is given to you. But by using the definition of tangent to the curve, here the slope of the tangent at 0.23 is the value of dy by dx at 0.23. So dy by dx at 0.23 is equal to 4. Means in dy by dx we put x as 2 and y as 3. And so we get here now 3a into 2 square divided by 2 into 3 is equal to 4. Now see here. Here we observe that these 2 get cancelled with 1, 2 here. 3 get cancelled with this 3. Means we remain with 2a in LHS. And so we get here 2a is equal to 4. And therefore a is equal to 2. Now we get value of a. Now our aim to find value of b. Now since the tangent touches the curve at the point 2, 3, that means that point 2, 3 is a point on the curve. So also since 2, 3 is a point on the curve, so it satisfies the equation of curve. So put in the equation of curve x as 2, y as 3. So we get 3 square is equal to a multiplied by 2 cube plus b. Means 9 is equal to 8a plus b. Substitute value of a as 2. We get 9 is equal to 8 into 2 plus b. Means 9 is equal to 16 plus b. So b is equal to 9 minus 16 means b is equal to minus 7. And hence we get a is equal to 2 and b is equal to minus 7. These are the problems on the topic tangent to the curve and or the equation of tangent and normal to the curve. So see you again in the next lecture. Thank you.